What if the words you speak are blocking your path to wealth? Have you ever wondered how your language could affect your financial future? In this video, we're going to reveal the one word you need to stop saying if you want to attract abundance. We'll also explore the deeper spiritual and numerological reasons behind certain words that can keep prosperity at bay. This isn't just about speaking positive affirmations. It's about understanding the energy you're sending out. Ready to make a change? Let us know in the comments if you're serious about transforming your financial life. Impossible, the barrier to abundance. The word impossible is one of the most powerful blockers of prosperity. When spoken, it not only limits the mind but also sends out an energy that prevents abundance from flowing freely. In Hinduism, it is believed that the mind has the power to shape one's reality. If the mind continuously believes in limitations, the universe responds accordingly. Saying impossible is essentially closing the door to infinite possibilities, which are key to attracting wealth. Numerologically, impossible adds up to the number 9. The number 9 in numerology is often linked with endings, closures, and finality. This number signals to the universe that something is done or cannot be changed, thereby reinforcing the very idea of impossibility. When you speak this word, you are reinforcing the belief that there are no opportunities, no way forward. This creates an energetic block that restricts the flow of wealth into your life. The teachings of the Vedas and other Hindu scriptures emphasize that the soul has infinite potential and that the universe is abundant. According to these ancient teachings, human beings are divine creatures capable of achieving great things, and wealth is simply a reflection of aligning with one's true nature. When you utter the word impossible, you are not only doubting your own abilities, but also questioning the abundance that the universe is ready to provide. In essence, you are telling the universe that you are not ready to receive what is already yours. Hindu spirituality encourages individuals to open their minds and hearts to the possibility of success. It teaches that by aligning with your dharma, your higher purpose, you attract not only spiritual fulfillment but also material prosperity. Saying impossible is the opposite of this alignment. It is a refusal to see the opportunities that are presented to you, which in turn blocks the flow of wealth. The universe is abundant, but it responds to the energy you put out. When you close yourself off with words like impossible, the universe reciprocates by closing doors to abundance. To overcome this energetic block, it is important to replace impossible with empowering words like possible, abundant, and limitless. Every time the word impossible comes to mind, it is essential to consciously replace it with something that opens the mind to new opportunities. The idea is to shift from a mindset of limitation to one of possibility, and to understand that there are always pathways to success, even when they are not immediately visible. The more someone uses words like possible and limitless, the more they begin to align with the energy of wealth and abundance. This shift in language and thought is key to unlocking new opportunities for financial growth. The act of changing the way one speaks is a way of changing the vibration that the individual emits. By using language that affirms the possibility of success, a person not only attracts wealth but also starts to see their environment change as the universe responds to the new energy. To make a real difference in attracting wealth, it is essential to stop saying impossible and start embracing the belief that everything is possible. This is not just about positive thinking but about creating an energetic shift that aligns you with the flow of prosperity. The universe will always meet you where you are, and by choosing words that resonate with abundance, you are making space for wealth to flow into your life. Lack, a word that blocks your financial flow. The word lack is one of the most destructive when it comes to attracting wealth. When someone constantly speaks of lack, they are reinforcing a belief in scarcity and limitation. This word sends out an energetic signal to the universe that there is not enough, whether it's money, opportunities, or resources. In Hinduism, it is taught that the universe is abundant, and everything a person needs to thrive is already available. By speaking of lack, individuals cut themselves off from this natural flow of abundance. In numerology, lack reduces to the number 2, which is linked with duality, imbalance, and disharmony. The number 2 represents the idea of a relationship or partnership that is out of sync. When someone speaks of lack, they are inadvertently creating an imbalance in their energy, suggesting that the flow of wealth is not possible or not available. This imbalance keeps the individual from accessing the abundance that is already present in their life. By focusing on lack, the energy is directed toward the absence of what is needed, rather than towards attracting more. Hindu teachings about abundance emphasize that everything in the universe is connected and that the flow of wealth is a natural part of life. The concept of abundance is deeply rooted in the idea that there is more than enough for everyone. The Bhagavad Gita and other spiritual texts highlight that by aligning with one's purpose and staying true to Dharma, the individual attracts prosperity effortlessly. Focusing on lack goes against this natural law. When a person continuously speaks about lack, they are resisting the flow of the universe and blocking opportunities from coming their way. Speaking of lack is a reflection of fear and insecurity, both of which are strong emotional blocks to wealth. These feelings can stem from past experiences or conditioning, but they keep the individual trapped in a cycle of poverty and scarcity. In Hinduism, it is taught that fear and insecurity are simply illusions created by the mind. The true nature of the soul is one of abundance, and by releasing these fears, a person can reconnect with their inherent wealth. However, as long as the word lack continues to be spoken, these illusions remain in place, preventing prosperity from entering. To break free from the grip of lack, it is essential to change the language. Replacing the word lack with words like abundant, provided for, and wealthy begins to shift the energetic vibration. These words align the individual with the natural flow of prosperity that is always available. By embracing a mindset of abundance, the individual opens themselves up to receiving more, whether it's financial wealth, opportunities, or growth in other areas of life. In Hindu tradition, the practice of gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to overcome feelings of lack. By being grateful for what one already has, a person activates the energy of abundance and invites more to flow into their life. It is essential to focus on the present moment and appreciate the wealth that already exists, rather than dwelling on what is perceived to be missing. When the focus shifts to gratitude, the word lack loses its power and is replaced by an energy of fulfillment and possibility. Changing the way one speaks is an important step in breaking free from the cycle of lack. By focusing on abundance, being grateful, and using language that aligns with prosperity, a person can begin to shift their financial reality. The universe is abundant, and by recognizing and speaking this truth, wealth will naturally flow into one's life. Struggle, the energy that resists prosperity. The word struggle is often used to describe the journey to success, but in reality, it is a word that blocks prosperity. When someone speaks of struggle, they are inadvertently inviting resistance into their life. Struggling is a form of energy that contradicts the natural flow of abundance. Hindu spiritual teachings emphasize that life should not be about forcing success or wealth, but about aligning with one's purpose and allowing prosperity to come naturally. Speaking of struggle contradicts this principle and keeps the individual locked in a cycle of resistance. Numerologically, struggle reduces to the number 8, which is associated with material wealth, power, and karma. However, when paired with the word struggle, the number 8 can also symbolize an imbalance. The energy of struggle disturbs the flow of material abundance, suggesting that wealth and success can only come through hardship and difficulty. This belief creates an energetic block that makes it harder for prosperity to enter, as it signals to the universe that wealth must be earned through pain or sacrifice. Hindu teachings on Dharma stress that success is meant to come through alignment with one's true purpose. When an individual is on the path of Dharma, life flows effortlessly, and prosperity follows as a natural consequence. Struggling, on the other hand, is an indication of misalignment. It signals that a person is fighting against the natural course of events or resisting their true path. This resistance creates friction and makes the journey to wealth harder than it needs to be. Struggling is the mind's way of asserting control, but it prevents the individual from surrendering to the flow of the universe and receiving the abundance that is rightfully theirs. In Hinduism, it is understood that the soul's true nature is one of peace and ease. When a person is aligned with their higher purpose, things fall into place effortlessly. Struggling occurs when the individual tries to force outcomes which often leads to frustration and burnout. It's essential to recognize that wealth does not need to be a struggle. It can come with ease when one is in harmony with the universe and their own dharma. By continuing to speak of struggle, an individual is reinforcing the idea that wealth is difficult to attain, which keeps them stuck in a cycle of resistance. To break free from this cycle, it is important to replace the word struggle with words like flow, ease, and alignment. These words align the individual with the natural rhythm of the universe, making it easier to attract wealth and success. When a person shifts their language from struggle to ease, they begin to feel more at peace with the process of achieving their goals. Success becomes less about forcing outcomes and more about trusting the journey and allowing prosperity to unfold. Hindu spirituality teaches that when you surrender to the flow of life and trust the process, things begin to align in perfect order. By letting go of the belief that success must be hard-won, an individual opens themselves up to receiving wealth with ease. Speaking of struggle keeps the person focused on the difficulty of the task, rather than the natural flow of abundance. By changing their language to reflect ease and alignment, they begin to see success come to them with far less effort. The energy of struggle is replaced with the energy of flow, and wealth follows effortlessly. To experience this shift, it is vital to change the way one speaks about success. Replace words like struggle with flow, ease, and alignment, and watch as the path to prosperity becomes smoother and more natural. The universe is ready to provide, and by removing resistance, prosperity can come with ease. Debt, a word that ties you to the past. The word debt is a heavy term that ties individuals to the past and prevents them from moving forward toward financial freedom. When someone constantly speaks of debt, they are not only focused on the money they owe but also on past mistakes and unresolved issues. This creates a continuous cycle of financial imbalance that blocks the flow of prosperity. Hindu teachings emphasize the importance of releasing the past in order to move forward. By continually speaking about debt, individuals remain anchored to past financial struggles and prevent themselves from embracing the abundant future that is waiting for them. In numerology, the word debt reduces to the number 4, which represents structure, stability, and foundation. However, when paired with the concept of debt, this energy becomes distorted. Instead of providing a stable foundation, the energy of debt creates a sense of imbalance and insecurity. It signals to the universe that the individual is not in control of their financial destiny and is still bound by past actions. This energetic imbalance prevents the person from fully embracing prosperity and prevents new wealth from entering their life. Hindu philosophy teaches that karma, or the law of cause and effect, governs all aspects of life, including wealth. When someone is in debt, they are often carrying the karmic weight of past financial decisions, which continues to affect their present reality. Debt is a reflection of unresolved karmic issues that must be addressed before true financial freedom can be achieved. However, by constantly speaking about debt, the individual reinforces the idea that they are still bound by these past actions. This focus on debt keeps them in a perpetual state of financial struggle and prevents them from experiencing the abundance that is available to them. To break free from the chains of debt, it is important to change the way one speaks about it. Rather than focusing on the debt itself, it is essential to focus on the concept of financial freedom and abundance. Words like freedom, prosperity, and independence are powerful alternatives that align the individual with the energy of wealth. By shifting the language to reflect financial freedom, the individual begins to break free from the mental and emotional chains of debt and opens themselves up to receiving prosperity. Hindu teachings emphasize the importance of releasing attachments to the past in order to experience spiritual and material growth. Debt is an attachment to the past, and by letting go of this attachment, a person can move forward with greater clarity and purpose. This release is not only about paying off financial obligations, but also about releasing the emotional weight that comes with them. The more someone focuses on the idea of debt, the more they remain tied to the past and to the energy of scarcity. By replacing this focus with a mindset of abundance, they begin to free themselves from the cycle of debt and start attracting wealth and opportunities. To truly shift out of the energy of debt, it is essential to change both the language and the mindset. Rather than seeing debt as a permanent part of life, it is important to view it as a temporary situation that can be overcome. By speaking of financial independence and abundance, individuals can shift their energy from lack to abundance, making space for prosperity to enter. The universe responds to the energy of the words we speak, and by changing the way we speak about debt, we open ourselves to the possibility of a debt-free, prosperous future. In Hinduism, there is a deep understanding that true wealth comes when we let go of past attachments and embrace the flow of abundance. By releasing the word debt from one's vocabulary and replacing it with terms that reflect financial freedom and prosperity, a person can open the door to limitless opportunities and wealth. It is not just about clearing financial obligations, but about clearing the energetic blocks that keep prosperity at bay. Through this shift in language, individuals can align with the abundant flow of the universe and begin to experience the financial freedom they desire. Now that you know the words to avoid on your journey to financial abundance, it's time to start speaking prosperity into your life. What word do you think has been blocking your wealth? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on manifesting success and abundance.